Welcome to World of Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The year 1971 holds a fascinating chapter in the story of American coinage, especially when we talk about the humble yet powerful Lincoln 1-cent penny. It might be the smallest denomination in circulation, but the 1971 Lincoln penny carries a legacy that goes far beyond its face value. This small copper coin has become a favorite among collectors, not just because of its design, but because of its rare varieties, minting errors, and historical background that makes it a tiny treasure of American history. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, has long been one of the most beloved coins in the United States. It was originally created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first U.S. coin to feature the image of an actual person. By 1971, the Lincoln cent had already been in production for more than 6 decades, yet it remained a symbol of American pride, perseverance, and progress. The 1971 Lincoln penny continued the same design created by Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, can still be seen at the bottom of Lincoln's shoulder on some issues. His timeless design features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, America's 16th president and one of the greatest leaders in world history. The detail in Brenner's work captures Lincoln's dignity and wisdom, reflecting the same qualities he carried during some of the nation's most difficult times. The obverse side of the 1971 penny proudly displays the word "Liberty" on the left and the national motto, "In God We Trust," above Lincoln's head. The date, 1971, appears on the right side, with mint marks below it, indicating where the coin was made. These small letters, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark for Philadelphia, might seem minor, but they hold great importance for collectors. Flipping the coin over reveals the reverse design, which features the Lincoln Memorial, a national monument that honors the great president's legacy in the heart of Washington, D.C. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the Lincoln Memorial reverse was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, replacing the earlier wheat ears. Design. If you look closely at the memorial, you can even see a tiny representation of the Lincoln statue inside, a hidden detail that makes the design even more remarkable. The 1971 Lincoln penny was struck in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced millions of coins, but some of these coins came out with special qualities, rare errors, or unique varieties that make them far more valuable than others. The composition of the 1971 penny was 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a warm reddish tone when freshly minted. Over time, the color can range from bright red to brown, depending on how the coin has been stored. Collectors pay close attention to color grades, and a red coin in pristine condition can fetch a significantly higher price than one that has turned brown. One of the most exciting features of the 1971 penny series is the variety of double die obverse errors that exist. These are caused when the coin's design is impressed twice onto the die at slightly different angles. The result is a coin where the letters, numbers, or even parts of Lincoln's face appear doubled. The 1971 double die Lincoln cent is one of the most famous and sought-after errors of the entire series. The doubling can often be seen clearly in the words, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date, 1971. Under magnification, this error stands out beautifully, and collectors are willing to pay incredible amounts for examples in excellent condition. Finding such a coin in circulation is like winning a hidden treasure hunt. It's rare, thrilling, and unforgettable. The 1971 S-proof Lincoln cents, produced at the San Francisco Mint, also have their own allure. These proof coins were struck with special dies and polished planchets, resulting in sharp details and mirror-like finishes. Each proof coin was carefully made for collectors and never intended for regular circulation. Among these proofs, there are also varieties of the double die obverse that are particularly valuable. The precision and beauty of these proof errors make them standout collectibles, often commanding thousands of dollars in auctions. the 1971 Lincoln cent from the Denver Mint is another intriguing part of the series. While hundreds of millions were struck, some were produced with striking errors or exceptional sharpness. A perfectly struck 1971 penny with full red color and no blemishes can be worth a small fortune to the right collector. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced the 1971 penny without a mint mark, is known for the famous double die obverse variety. This particular version is among the most desirable errors in modern coin collecting history. Even today, coin hunters dream of finding one in their collections or in old rolls of pennies tucked away for decades. Collectors are drawn to the 1971 penny because it represents a perfect mix of historical significance, accessible collecting, and the excitement of discovering hidden rarities. The Lincoln cent is one of the few coins where beginners and experts alike can share the same sense of wonder and satisfaction, but beyond its value and rarity, this coin carries something deeper. The image of Lincoln reminds us of unity, freedom, and justice, values that define the United States. Every time someone holds a Lincoln penny, they're holding a small piece of that enduring spirit. As with all coins, condition plays a major role in value. Coins graded as mint state or proof 70 by professional grading services can reach staggering prices. Flawless examples, free from scratches or spots, and with a rich red tone, are the most prized. Even circulated coins can be worth much more than face value if they display doubling, misstrikes, or other unusual minting features. For coin enthusiasts, it's always worth checking your change. You never know when a valuable 1971 penny might appear. Over the decades, this small coin has turned into a big story. Many collectors started their numismatic journeys by discovering a Lincoln cent, and the 1971 issue continues to inspire new generations of collectors. Its balance of history, design, and mystery makes it one of the most talked about pennies ever minted. Some 1971 pennies have even been discovered with striking planchet errors, coins made on steel, silver, or foreign blanks by mistake. These rare minting accidents can turn an ordinary penny into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery worth tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine the excitement of finding such a coin, a simple penny that turns out to be a collector's dream. Stories like these continue to spark curiosity among coin hunters and historians alike, keeping the legacy of the 1971 Lincoln cent alive. Even if you don't find a rare error, owning a well-preserved 1971 Lincoln penny is owning a part of American history. Its design connects past and present, its metal carries the mark of its time, and its story reminds us how even the smallest coin can have great meaning. If you have a collection of old pennies, especially from the early 1970s, take a close look at them. Check the date, the mint mark, and the lettering. You might be holding something far more valuable than you realize, and don't forget, you can always share your coin discoveries in the comments below. Tell us about your 1971 penny or any rare coins you found. We love hearing from collectors, and will gladly help you learn more about the history and value of your coins. The Lincoln penny may be tiny, but its impact is immense. It tells a story of leadership, craftsmanship, and discovery. The 1971 issue, in particular, stands out as a symbol of how a single cent can become a national treasure. And now, for the moment every collector looks forward to, the value of this extraordinary coin. In rare cases, when preserved in perfect mint state or discovered as a true double die error, the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent penny has reached a stunning value of $145,000. If you enjoyed learning about this rare and fascinating coin, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you have any coins, tell us about them in the comments so we can help you uncover their story and value. Top 2. The year 1982 stands out in the fascinating history of American coinage as one of the most eventful years for the Lincoln 1-cent penny. What seemed like an ordinary year for the humble penny actually became one of the most important turning points in U.S. mint history. The 1982 Lincoln cent holds a legacy of transformation, mystery, and incredible value, making it one of the most talked about coins among collectors and treasure hunters today. To understand why the 1982 penny is so special, we have to look at what was happening in America at that time. Rising metal prices had begun to affect the cost of producing pennies. The U.S. Mint faced a challenge: each penny made of copper was costing almost as much as its face value to produce. This situation couldn't continue, and so 1982 became the year of change. for over 70 years, Lincoln cents have been made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But in 1982, the mint decided to switch to a new composition, 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, with a thin copper coating. This change was not just about saving money, it marked the beginning of a new era in the life of the Lincoln penny, because the transition took place in the middle of the year. Both copper and zinc pennies were struck during 1982. That means there are multiple varieties of 1982 pennies, each with different weights, compositions, and even slight design differences. This variety is what makes the 1982 Lincoln penny one of the most exciting coins to collect. The obverse of the 1982 Lincoln cent features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, the same design that has graced the coin since 1909. Lincoln's face, full of quiet strength and wisdom, symbolizes freedom, leadership, and the enduring spirit of the United States. Above his head, the word "Liberty" stands tall, and to the right appears the motto, "In God We Trust," while the date, 1982, sits proudly beside Lincoln's profile. On the reverse side of the coin, we find the beautiful depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This image had replaced the wheat ears design in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Within the columns of the memorial, the tiny seated statue of Lincoln can be seen if you look closely, an artistic touch that continues to amaze collectors. In 1982, pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mintmark, Denver, D, and a few special proofs at San Francisco, S. But what really makes 1982 unique is the fact that it produced 7 different varieties of Lincoln cents. Collectors often refer to them as the 1982 7. These varieties include both copper and zinc versions, with 2 major design types, the small date and the large date. These distinctions are seen in the shape and size of the numbers in the date, 1982. When combined with different mintmarks and metal compositions, they result in multiple combinations that collectors love to hunt for. For example, you can find a 1982 large date copper, a 1982 small date copper, a 1982 large date zinc, and a 1982 small date zinc, all from the Philadelphia Mint. Then there are the 1982 D large date copper, 1982 D small date zinc, and 1982 D large date zinc. Each of these has its own subtle differences in appearance and composition. The copper pennies from early 1982 weigh about 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc coins weigh just 2.5 grams. This weight difference is one of the easiest ways to tell which type you have. Simply use a precise scale to find out. Many collectors still weigh their 1982 pennies today in hopes of uncovering a rare one. But among all these varieties, one particular coin has become legendary, the 1982 D small date copper Lincoln cent. This coin was never supposed to exist. By the time the Denver Mint began striking small date cents, the switch to zinc had already occurred. Yet, a tiny number of copper planchets somehow found their way into production, resulting in one of the rarest and most valuable modern pennies ever discovered. Only a few authentic examples of the 1982 D small date copper penny are known to exist. Each one has been verified by professional grading services, and collectors around the world consider it one of the holy grails of modern numismatics. The discovery of one in pocket change would be a life-changing event for any coin enthusiast. The story of how these rare coins came to be adds to their mystery. Some believe the leftover copper planchets from early 1982 were mistakenly fed into the presses at the Denver Mint, creating a handful of unique coins that escaped into circulation unnoticed. For years, collectors speculated about their existence, until the first confirmed examples were found. Finding one today is almost like striking gold. Every year, coin enthusiasts, metal detectorists, and collectors across America continue to check their 1982 pennies, hoping to find this rare variety. It's a perfect example of how even the smallest coin can hold immense value and excitement. Even aside from this ultra-rare variety, 1982 pennies in mint state condition, whether copper or zinc, are collectible and valuable. Coins that have retained their original red luster and show no signs of wear are highly sought after, especially those with clear details and strong strikes. The proof coins from San Francisco are also works of art in their own right. Struck with polished dies and planchets, they shine like mirrors and display razor-sharp details. These coins, protected in their original holders, have become prized possessions for collectors who appreciate the artistry of the mint. Another fascinating aspect of the 1982 pennies is how their color can vary depending on storage and age. Copper coins develop a rich reddish-brown tone, while zinc ones may dull over time. Collectors often refer to them as red, red-brown, or brown, depending on their color grade, which plays a big role in determining value. The 1982 penny story is also a reflection of America's changing economy. It was a time when inflation and production costs forced the mint to make practical decisions. Yet in doing so, they created a coin that would go on to captivate generations of collectors. For those who love a good mystery, the 1982 penny is full of them. Hidden among ordinary change could be a fortune disguised as a simple 1-cent coin. Every time someone picks up a 1982 penny, there's a spark of curiosity. Could this be one of the rare ones? If you want to know whether your 1982 penny is copper or zinc, try a quick test. Place it on a scale. If it weighs 3.11 grams, it's copper, and if it's closer to 2.5 grams, it's zinc. That small difference could make a huge difference in value. Collectors also pay attention to the date style, the small date or large date distinction. The 2 in the small date version is more curved and sits slightly higher than in the large date version. These subtle differences can make all the difference between a common coin and a rare one. For serious collectors, 1982 is a year that must be represented in every Lincoln cent collection. It's a milestone year, marking the end of an era and the beginning of another. The blend of history, error, and rarity makes it one of the most dynamic issues ever struck by the mint. That if you have a jar of old pennies lying around, it's worth taking the time to go through them carefully. Who knows? You might have a hidden treasure sitting unnoticed among your change. And if you do, don't forget to share it with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your discoveries and help you identify your coin. The 1982 Lincoln cent is more than just a penny, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of change, and a reminder that even the smallest things can hold immense worth. Its story continues to inspire collectors and history lovers alike. So next time you find a 1982 penny, don't just spend it, study it. Check its weight, look at the date, and see if you've uncovered one of the rarest modern coins in the United States. And now, the most exciting part, the incredible value of this small but mighty coin. In rare cases, especially for the elusive 1982 small date copper penny found in perfect condition, this coin has reached a remarkable price of $110,000. That if you enjoyed learning about this fascinating 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you have any coins, tell us about them in the comments so we can give you more information about their history and value. Top 3. The Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1993 might seem like just another common coin found in your change, but hidden among these ordinary-looking pennies are rare and valuable treasures that can astonish even experienced collectors. The 1993 Lincoln penny represents a fascinating era in American coinage, where modern minting technology met traditional design and a few small mistakes created coins worth thousands of dollars today. The story of the 1993 penny begins in a time of progress and transition. The early 1990s were years when the U.S. Mint was perfecting its use of zinc-based planchets. Since 1982, the Mint had replaced the traditional copper composition with a new formula, a core made of 97.5% zinc coated with a thin layer of copper. The change was meant to save on costs, but it also introduced new challenges and variations that collectors still study today. The design of the 1993 penny carries the familiar and powerful image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Created by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth, this design has become one of the longest-running in U.S. coinage history. Lincoln's portrait is a symbol of leadership, unity, and freedom, ideals that continue to define the spirit of America. On the obverse side, you can see Lincoln facing right, his gaze calm and resolute. Above his head arches the word "Liberty," while to the right appears the date, 1993. The national motto, "In God We Trust," completes the message of faith and heritage that this small coin carries. Though just 1 cent in value, its design represents far more than its denomination suggests. The reverse side of the coin, designed by Frank Gasparo, depicts the majestic Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., This design was first introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday, replacing the wheat ears that had adorned the reverse since 1909. The Lincoln Memorial image connects the coin to the nation's capital and its enduring commitment to freedom. If you look closely at the reverse, between the columns of the memorial, you can even see a tiny depiction of the seated Lincoln statue, a remarkable detail that shows the mint's dedication to fine artistry, even on a coin as small as the penny. The inscriptions, United States of America, and 1 cent, complete the design, reminding us of both the coin's country of origin and its humble face value. In 1993, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln cents at 3 main locations: Philadelphia, no mintmark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, for proof issues. The Philadelphia and Denver mints struck billions of these coins, ensuring they would circulate widely across the nation. Yet, as with many years of coin production, some small minting errors and varieties made their way into circulation, and those are the coins that collectors hunt for today. Most 1993 pennies are made of copper-plated zinc, weighing approximately 2.5 grams. However, a few rare transitional errors exist, where the coin was struck on a leftover bronze planchet from previous years. These transitional pieces are extremely rare, as bronze planchets were not supposed to be in use during 1993. The rare bronze 1993 pennies are distinguishable by their slightly heavier weight, around 3.1 grams, and their deeper, more reddish tone compared to the brighter color of zinc cents. If you happen to find one that fits this description, you could be holding a valuable piece of American coin history in your hands. Another fascinating variety from 1993 is the double die obverse, where certain coins show noticeable doubling in the inscriptions or the date. These doubling effects occurred when the die used to strike the coin was imprinted twice at a slightly different angle. To the naked eye, this looks like shadowed or overlapping text, a telltale sign of a rare error that can significantly increase the coin's value. Collectors also search for off-center strikes, where the design is visibly shifted, leaving blank areas on the surface of the coin. Some of these errors can range from minor to dramatic, depending on how far off the strike was. The more pronounced the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can be. Clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin appears cut off, also appear occasionally among 1993 pennies. These happen when the metal strip used to punch out planchets overlaps, cutting out incomplete pieces that still make their way into production. Such coins are always exciting finds for error collectors. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint are another highlight for 1993. These coins were struck using specially polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish and sharp details. Proof pennies are not intended for circulation and are sold directly to collectors in mint sets. Their beauty and craftsmanship make them stand out from regular circulation coins. Over the years, the 1993 Lincoln penny has become a coin that both beginners and seasoned numismatists enjoy studying. It's a great example of how modern minting techniques can still produce intriguing varieties and errors that spark curiosity among collectors. Even though billions of 1993 pennies were made, very few have survived in pristine condition. Most have been exposed to circulation, losing their luster and sharp details. However, uncirculated examples with a bright red color, free of scratches or marks, can fetch impressive prices in the collector's market. Coins graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are particularly desirable. These coins exhibit nearly perfect surfaces and strong mint luster, making them premium examples of the 1993 issue. The better the condition, the higher the value. Another interesting aspect of the 1993 penny is its symbolic importance. Though small in value, the Lincoln cent is often the first coin that introduces people to collecting. It's accessible, historic, and full of surprising stories. Each year's design connects generations of collectors, from those who saved their first penny decades ago to young enthusiasts discovering them today. Sometimes, the smallest details can turn an ordinary 1993 penny into a rare collectible. A slight variation in strike, an unusual color tone, or a small mint error can make a huge difference. That's why collectors often examine their pennies under magnifying glasses, searching for that one small sign of rarity. You might be surprised to learn that several lucky people have found valuable 1993 pennies in pocket change or coin rolls. These discoveries remind us that treasure hunting doesn't always require gold mines. sometimes, it's right in your wallet or coin jar. The value of a 1993 penny depends on factors like mint mark, condition, and rarity. While most are worth just face value, rare error versions or high-grade examples can command extraordinary prices. This makes coin collecting both fun and potentially rewarding. One of the most rewarding parts of coin collecting is the connection it creates with history. The 1993 Lincoln penny carries over 8 decades of American legacy, linking back to 1909 when Lincoln first appeared on the 1-cent coin. Every time you hold one, you're holding a piece of that history. Collectors also appreciate how the Lincoln cent honors one of the greatest leaders in U.S. history. Abraham Lincoln's portrait has become a symbol of perseverance and integrity, values that have guided America through its greatest challenges. For those who enjoy searching through change, the 1993 penny is a reminder to never overlook even the smallest coin. With patience and attention to detail, you might just uncover something extraordinary, a rare variation or mint error that could be worth thousands, and that brings us to the most exciting part of this story. The rare 1993 Lincoln 1-cent penny, especially those with significant mint errors or exceptional condition, has reached an incredible value among collectors. Some of these rare examples have been sold for an astonishing $72,000. So, if you happen to find a 1993 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. It might be more than just a penny. And don't forget, if you have any interesting coins, share them with us in the comments below. We'd love to help you identify your coin and tell you more about its value and history. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and keep exploring the fascinating world of coins, where even a single cent can hold a story worth thousands of dollars. Top 4. The Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1994 may appear like an ordinary coin that you've seen countless times in your daily change, but hidden within this familiar design is a story of history, precision, and unexpected value. The 1994 Lincoln cent represents one of the fascinating pieces of modern American coinage, a coin that connects the artistry of the past with the technology of the present, and in some cases, it can be worth a fortune to those lucky enough to find a rare variety. The year 1994 was a period of steady progress for the United States Mint. Modern minting equipment had reached a level of refinement that allowed billions of coins to be struck every year with incredible precision. Yet, despite this precision, small variations and rare mint errors still found their way into circulation, turning ordinary-looking coins into valuable collectibles sought by numismatists across the country. The obverse of the 1994 penny carries the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design by Victor David Brenner that has graced the American 1-cent piece since 1909. Lincoln's thoughtful profile symbolizes honesty, leadership, and the enduring strength of the nation. Above his head appears the motto, "In God We Trust," while to his left is the word, "Liberty," and the date, 1994, sits neatly to the right of his bust. Even though this design is over a century old, it continues to inspire collectors and historians alike. The detail in Lincoln's hair, his coat, and even the texture of his face are miniature works of art that reveal the incredible craftsmanship that goes into making every single cent. Each coin is not just currency, it's a tiny monument to one of America's greatest presidents. The reverse of the 1994 penny showcases the Lincoln Memorial, an elegant design by Frank Gasparo that replaced the wheat ears reverse in 1959. The memorial stands as a symbol of national unity and remembrance, and if you look closely between the columns, you can see a tiny depiction of the seated Lincoln statue, a tribute within a tribute, perfectly captured in copper-plated zinc. Above the memorial are the words, "United States of America," proudly arching over the structure, while below it, the denomination, 1 cent, is displayed boldly. Between them sits the familiar motto, "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one, which speaks to the unity of the American people. In 1994, the Lincoln penny was minted at 2 primary locations, Philadelphia, which produced coins without a mint mark, and Denver, whose coins bear the small D mark just below the date. San Francisco also struck proof coins, designed specifically for collectors, with a mirror-like shine and sharply defined details. Each of these mint marks tells a story of where your coin began its journey. While billions of 1994 pennies were minted for circulation, a few rare and fascinating errors managed to slip through quality control. These errors are what make the 1994 Lincoln Cent such an exciting coin for treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts to explore. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die obverse, where parts of the date, lettering, or even Lincoln's profile appear doubled due to a slight misalignment during the die creation process. These coins are immediately recognizable when you see shadow-like doubling on inscriptions such as "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." Another captivating variety is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank, or planchet, is not perfectly aligned during the striking process. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing, leaving a blank crescent-shaped area along one edge. The more off-center the strike, especially if it still shows the full date, the more valuable the coin can become. There are also examples of broad strike errors, where the coin expands beyond its normal rim because it was struck without a retaining collar. These coins appear larger and flatter than regular ones, making them easy to spot. Some collectors even specialize in building sets of off-center and broad-strike Lincoln Cents, turning mint mistakes into prized possessions. A rare and particularly exciting type of 1994 penny is one struck on the wrong metal planchet. In extremely rare cases, a planchet meant for another denomination, such as a dime or foreign coin, may have been fed into the coining press, resulting in a lightweight or differently colored penny. These coins are immediately recognizable by their unusual weight or appearance and are highly desirable among error collectors. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint in 1994 are another story of beauty and precision. Struck multiple times with specially polished dies, they display a stunning contrast between the frosted details and mirror-like fields. These coins were never meant for everyday use, but rather as collector's pieces, carefully packaged and preserved. Although most 1994 pennies are made of copper-plated zinc weighing about 2.5 grams, a few examples have been discovered with an incorrect bronze composition, weighing around 3.1 grams. This kind of transitional error occurs when leftover bronze planchets from previous years accidentally enter the presses. Such a mistake transforms an ordinary penny into an extraordinary rarity. The condition of a 1994 Lincoln Cent also plays a major role in determining its value. Circulated coins, which have seen daily use, often have scratches and worn details. However, uncirculated coins that have been carefully stored since the day they were minted can be worth much more. Collectors categorize coins by their color as well: red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN. The redder the coin, the higher its potential value, because that means the copper coating hasn't oxidized or faded over time. A bright, glossy red penny from 1994 can be a true gem in a collection. Those who have coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC often find that high-grade examples, especially those rated MS67 or higher, can fetch impressive prices at auction. A flawless 1994 penny with perfect surfaces, full luster, and strong details can easily attract attention from collectors worldwide. The Lincoln penny's long-running legacy makes it one of the most beloved coins in American history. Since 1909, it has represented not just currency, but the enduring values of the nation: freedom, hard work, and unity. The 1994 issue continues that proud tradition while adding its own modern flair to the story. Interestingly, many coin enthusiasts still search their change and coin rolls, hoping to discover hidden treasures among common coins. It's one of the joys of collecting, knowing that at any moment, a rare variety might appear in your hands, disguised as an ordinary penny. The story of the 1994 penny is also a reminder that even in an age of advanced technology, human error and chance still play a role in minting. These small imperfections are what make the hobby of coin collecting so thrilling and unpredictable. If you ever come across a 1994 Lincoln Cent that looks unusual, maybe it's lighter, heavier, off-center, or shows doubled lettering, it's worth setting aside for a closer look. You could be holding a rare and valuable find without even realizing it. Even for those coins without errors, the historical and artistic value of the Lincoln penny remains. It's a coin that connects us to more than a century of American heritage and honors one of the greatest leaders in U.S. history. Collectors and historians alike appreciate the 1994 Lincoln penny as a reflection of both tradition and progress, a coin that stands at the intersection of old artistry and modern minting excellence. And for those who are new to the world of coin collecting, the Lincoln Cent is the perfect place to start. It's affordable, abundant, and full of intriguing varieties that make the hunt exciting and educational. So, before you spend your next penny, take a moment to look at it closely. It might be just another coin, or it could be a piece of hidden treasure. Check for mint marks, weight differences, and any unusual features. You never know what story your penny might hold. That if you have an interesting coin in your collection, don't hesitate to tell us about it in the comments below. We'd love to help you identify it and provide more information about its background and potential value. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part, the potential worth of this small but powerful coin. Some rare 1994 Lincoln 1-cent pennies, especially those featuring unique mint errors, exceptional red color, or near-perfect condition, have sold for as much as $68,000. So remember, the next time you see a 1994 penny, don't overlook it. It might just be your lucky find. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more fascinating coin stories, and share your thoughts in the comments below, because your next penny could be worth far more than just 1 cent. Top 5. The United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1998 might seem like just another coin you see in your pocket every day, but behind its simple copper-plated shine lies a fascinating story of design, technology, and surprising value. The 1998 penny is part of the long and proud legacy of the Lincoln Cent series, a coin that has carried the image of one of America's greatest presidents for over a century and continues to be one of the most collected coins in the world. The year 1998 marked another step in the evolution of modern U.S. coinage. By this time, the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned to producing copper-plated zinc cents, a change that began in 1982 to reduce production costs. While millions of these coins were struck, the 1998 penny stands out because it sits at the crossroads of one of the most famous design transitions in U.S. history, the Lincoln Memorial Reverse and the upcoming Lincoln Bicentennial changes that would arrive just a decade later. The obverse, or front side, of the 1998 penny features the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait, first introduced in 1909, has become a timeless image representing honesty, integrity, and leadership. Lincoln's profile faces right, detailed with fine lines showing his hair and beard, capturing a moment of deep thought and quiet strength. Above his head arcs the phrase, "In God we trust," while to his left is "Liberty," and the date, 1998, rests near his chest. This coin's design is instantly recognizable, not just in the United States but across the world. Lincoln's portrait on the penny has become one of the most enduring symbols of American history, seen by billions of people over the years. And while the design may look simple at first glance, it's filled with detail and symbolism that collectors deeply admire. Turning to the reverse, the 1998 Lincoln penny displays the image of the Lincoln Memorial, an elegant structure designed by Frank Gasparo. This design was first introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, replacing the wheat ears design that had appeared since 1909. The Lincoln Memorial design has a deep sense of dignity and meaning. Between its tall columns, if you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see the tiny figure of the seated Lincoln statue, an incredible artistic detail that connects the coin's reverse to the real-life monument in Washington, D.C. The words, "United States of America," crown the top of the reverse, while the denomination, 1 cent, is boldly inscribed at the bottom, with the motto, E Pluribus Unum, centered above the memorial. In 1998, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln cents at 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, for proof coins. Each mint struck millions of pennies, yet subtle differences and rare minting errors from this year have made certain pieces incredibly valuable to collectors. One of the most famous varieties from 1998 is the wide AM reverse. This variety is known as the 1998 wide AM penny, and it's one of the most sought-after modern rarities. To the average eye, the coin may look normal, but a closer inspection reveals a significant difference: the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse. On regular 1998 pennies, the A and M are close together, nearly touching. But on the rare wide AM version, the 2 letters are distinctly separated. This tiny design variation is the result of the mint accidentally using a reverse die intended for proof coins when striking some business strike pennies. Collectors were amazed when this mistake was first discovered. The wide AM variety wasn't supposed to exist for circulation coins, and yet a small number somehow escaped into the public's hands. This accidental crossover created one of the most exciting modern penny varieties ever found. Even more fascinating is that this mistake also appeared in the following year, 1999, leading to the famous 1999 wide AM penny, as well as the opposite, close AM, variety on some 1998 proof coins. These kinds of die mix-ups make the 1998 Lincoln penny one of the most studied coins of the decade. To identify a 1998 wide AM penny, you only need a magnifying glass and a bit of patience. Flip the coin over and look closely at the AM in America. If the letters are clearly separated, you might just be holding a valuable treasure. Another telltale sign is the spacing between the initials, FG, for designer Frank Gasparo, near the base of the memorial. On wide AM coins, the initials are placed slightly farther from the monument than on regular coins. Beyond the wide AM variety, collectors also search for 1998 pennies with double die obverse, where the inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust show subtle shadow-like doubling caused by a misalignment in the die engraving process. Some of these coins are extremely rare and can command strong prices depending on the visibility of the doubling. Off-center strikes and broad strikes are another category of 1998 penny errors that fascinate collectors. These occur when the blank coin planchet is not properly centered during striking, resulting in parts of the design missing or the coin appearing stretched. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date is still fully visible. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint stand out for their beauty and precision. These coins were never intended for everyday circulation, instead, they were specially made for collectors using polished dies and planchets. The result is a mirror-like surface with frosted details that showcase the artistry of the Lincoln design like never before. Even though billions of 1998 pennies were minted, most have since worn down in circulation. Finding one in pristine condition with bright red luster is becoming harder every year. Coins graded MS67 or higher are especially sought after, and their value increases dramatically depending on color and strike quality. The Lincoln penny is a coin that tells America's story in the palm of your hand. Since its introduction in 1909, it has carried with it more than just a monetary value. It carries the spirit of the nation, its people, and its history. The 1998 issue represents one of the final years of the Lincoln Memorial design before the monumental changes that came in 2009 for Lincoln's 200th birthday. Collectors today view the 1998 penny not just as currency, but as a piece of living history. The fact that a simple variation like the wide AM can transform a 1-cent coin into something worth thousands adds to the excitement and mystery of coin collecting. If you're a coin enthusiast, the 1998 Lincoln cent is one you should definitely check your collection for. With a magnifying glass and a little attention to detail, you might discover a hidden gem sitting unnoticed in your change jar. It's amazing how such a small coin can hold so much intrigue. From minting errors to special varieties, the 1998 Lincoln penny proves that even in the age of modern minting, surprises can still slip through the presses of the U.S. Mint. Over the years, countless people have discovered valuable 1998 pennies purely by accident, sometimes in pocket change, sometimes in old coin rolls, or even tucked away in piggy banks. These discoveries remind us that treasure hunting isn't always about gold or silver. Sometimes, it's about looking closely at the pennies in your own hands. If you have a 1998 penny, take a closer look. Flip it over, inspect the America spacing, and see if you have that rare wide AM version. You never know, that small detail could make your coin worth thousands of dollars. And remember, if you have any interesting or unusual coins, tell us about them in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and helping you find out whether your coin might be rare or valuable. The 1998 Lincoln penny continues to captivate collectors for its beauty, its history, and the unexpected treasures hidden within its design. Whether it's an ordinary strike or a rare variety, this coin stands as a testament to America's enduring love for its smallest denomination. Now, for the part you've been waiting for, the value. Some rare 1998 Lincoln 1-cent pennies, especially those with the famous wide AM reverse and in top-grade mint condition, have sold for an incredible $56,000. So next time you see a 1998 penny, don't overlook it. It could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to tell us about your coins, so we can help you uncover their stories and true worth.